PE class. In this class, we're gonna review some of the volleyball stuff we already did and do some new things. What you're gonna need is a ball-like item that you can use as a volleyball, recommending a balloon for in the house. If you don't have a balloon, beach ball, another plastic ball, whatever you can use in your space. You're also gonna need a target. I've got a basket here, but you could have something that your ball-like item could land on, like a piece of paper. And then we're also gonna use something on the ground so we know where to stand. So I'm gonna use a sock because sometimes I'm gonna wanna stand behind it, and then I always know this is where I'm going, okay? So go get those items if you don't have them right now, and pause the video. When you see this image on the screen, that means it's time for you to practice with us. You'll hear the music, and sometimes you'll see us practicing too. When you see this on the screen and the music starts going quiet, that means it's time for you to stop and listen. So the first thing you're gonna do is we're gonna work on the idea of passing, and you're gonna toss it straight on. But really quick, do this with me. Bend your knees, okay? So your weight's on your toes, like you're not on tippy toes. More like this, okay? Your knees are bent, you have one foot a little bit in front of the other. Arms go straight out, kind of like they would if you were gonna pass a volleyball. And you're gonna toss it with your arms out like this, okay? So your arms are straight out. You're gonna take 2 giant steps back from your target. Giant, really big. 1, 2, okay? Then I want you to see if you can actually make it to your target or not, because a balloon is a little harder to make it to the target than one of these balls. So I'm gonna bend my knees, my arms are straight out, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna go up with it and just kind of toss it. Now I hit my target. I didn't get it in the target, but I hit my target, so I know that this is an okay spot. For the next 2 minutes, you're gonna try to see how many points you can make with your knees bent, your arms out like this, and you're tossing it from the same spot, okay? Now, if you have someplace where maybe there's a couch on the other side or a wall on the other side, then your ball may not roll. Just make sure whatever space you're using, you're allowed to use, okay? Go for it. In one of the past videos, I had you toss from the side, okay? When you pass in volleyball, you normally, if you're having to go to the side with your arms, this shoulder has to come down. Do this with me, okay? So you're standing like this, and then you're just gonna bring this shoulder down and your arms out to the side, okay? Now let's do it the other way. Shoulder comes down. I'm still like facing you with my shoulders, and then you like this. We're gonna do that tossing, okay? You can see if the same distance works. If you have your knees bent, you're gonna bring your shoulder down, and you're gonna try to toss it. It's almost like a sideways toss to your target. If you feel like it's too far away, maybe you move it just a little bit closer. You still want it to be a challenge though. A challenge means it's a little bit difficult, but it's still possible. So you're going to the side, and you try to make it your target. Then the next time we're gonna do the other way, okay? So now my arm's gonna go this way, my shoulder comes down, my body's still facing my target, and I'm gonna toss it that way, okay? Yes. All right, your turn. Go ahead and go try this. you have your weights on your toes. You have a flat hand. Do this with me. Flat hand, thumb, thumb. Arms are out. Okay? And then you just shrug your shoulders a little bit. Shrug them a little bit. Okay? So when you play volleyball, this is actually the area you pass on right here between your wrist and your elbow. And it's right here. Let's get this hand part. Flat hand, thumb, thumb. Flat, flat, thumb, thumb. Arms out, knees bent. Just like this. Okay, next up, we're moving on to setting. We're gonna sit down behind our marker, and you're gonna face your target. And you know what you're gonna do? You're actually gonna get right next to it. Every time you make it, you're gonna move back a scooch, okay? So when you're really close to it, you're gonna bring your arms up, down, and push it back up, and try to make it in, okay? Then you're gonna scooch back a scooch. Up, down, try to make it in. Try again. And if you get to the point where you're not making it every time, that's probably where you're gonna stay, but you're still kind of getting close to your target, okay? See how many times you can hit your target. The further you get away, really quick, if you get back really far, you're gonna kind of make your arms go more at an angle, all right? You got this. Lessons so far for setting is the backwards set. So you have your target behind you. It can be right behind you. Just to remind you, how you hold your hands for a set is like this. So take your hands, put them on your hips, and then keep them like that. And now you have like this triangle right here, and it goes apart just a little bit. And that is how you have your ball or your balloon. I'll come a little closer. Just like that. And it goes like this. Okay, and then you have the ball coming from the sky or the ceiling down to your forehead. You're kind of moving it back along your head a little bit, and then your arms go straight up, and then it lands in the basket, right? It's supposed to land in the basket. Let's try that again. High, down to your forehead, back along your forehead, and then your arms go straight up. new stuff. I would like you first to work on your balancing skills. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take this hand, so your right hand, you're gonna take your ball, and you're gonna take it from your belly button out, and you're gonna walk around. You might have to hold it like that, I don't know. And you're gonna walk around and you're gonna balance for a minute, just like this. Go for it. We can't forget the other hand. So take the other hand out. You're gonna balance it, just like this. Next up, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this hand, you're gonna hold the ball, and you're gonna take a fist with this hand. So it looks like this, we're gonna hit it right here, okay? Ready, go. You're just gonna leave your hand out like this. You're just gonna hit it just a little. And then you can catch it. Or I can drop right by you. Now, what you do with the other hand. So I'm holding it like kind of out in front of my belly button, have a fist, my thumb's out of the way. Just gonna hit a little bit. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work on underhand serving. We're gonna try it with both hands, okay? First, let's use the hand that you color with. Take it right now, whatever hand you color with or draw with the most. Take it and make a fist, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your thumb and you're gonna keep it on top of these fingers for now. We're gonna hit the ball with this part, okay? So what I want you to do is take your other hand, go belly button out. So you got your fist, right? Take the fist, put it behind you. Now, this hand that's holding the imaginary ball, that same foot on that side is gonna step forward. Okay? So pretend the ball's out from your belly button, and you're gonna step and hit it out of your hand. Okay, do this with me a few times. Step and hit it out of your hand. Step and hit it out of your hand. Step and hit it out of your hand. Okay? So this hand is always going straight back and straight forward. If it goes over to the side over like this, and then it comes forward, chances are the ball's gonna go in other directions. But if you go straight back and straight forward, the ball should go straight forward. Okay? Now, I'm gonna put my marker down right here because I need to stay behind it. When you play volleyball and you serve, you have to stay behind the line. You can't even touch it. Like I can't touch it with my toes or anything. I have to stay behind it. So find your ball. Remember the hand you color with is going into a fist. Okay? I'm gonna hit the ball with this part. My other hand is gonna go belly button out, and I'm about a step away from my target, okay? So I'm gonna step, and I'm just gonna hit it lightly, really lightly, and try to get my target, okay? Ready? Your turn to practice. All right, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your other hand. The hand that you like to color with, or draw with, or write with, put the ball in that hand, okay? The foot that's on the same side is gonna step forward. Your other hand makes the fist, get your thumb out of the way. We're going one step away from the target. You're gonna step, and you're gonna try to get the target, okay? This hand does not throw anything. It leaves it right there, okay? It's not being thrown up in the air. All right, so step and hit it. All right, go for it. Okay, so in today's lesson, we did a review and we also did serving. With serving, one of the biggest things is the server has to make sure they don't touch that line, okay? If they do, it's a point for the other team. So the server has to make sure they're back far enough that whenever they do their process of serving or their steps to get to serve, that they don't touch it. Thank you for joining me for this lesson today. I want to say you did a great job. Now you should say, I did a great job. The words that you say to yourself are very important, okay? If you did your best, you did a great job. All right? Bye for now.